The world has come to Miami in search of the United States Open Professional Latin American Championship. 76 couples, 152 dancers from 14 countries will go head-to-head in one of the most hotly contested majors in all of dance sport. 14-time world professional Latin American champion Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather are back. But 14 national champions are also in this field, and they feel this is their moment to shine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the United States Open Professional Latin American Championship. I'm Phil Stone, along with former two-time National Theater Arts champion Linda Wakefield. The dance world was stunned just a month ago, and Donnie and Gaynor into their short retirement with the announcement, Linda, that they're back. That's just one of the marquee stories surrounding this U.S. Open.
We also have two extraordinary national champs in this field who have been winning with brand new partners. In the case of Paul Killick, we're so used to saying Paul and Vibeke. Now it's Paul and Karyna Kylkova. They've only been together for 6 weeks, and the dance community is shocked that they are already in a major event.
And Linda, what about Billy Sparks and his new partner?
Well, earlier here in Miami, they dethroned the United States champions who have been together for 5 years. Phil, I realize upsets are a part of every sport, but rarely do brand new teams knock off reigning champions. And when they do, it shocks us all.
Linda, so many stories will unfold here tonight, but certainly the one that has captured everyone's attention is Donnie and Gaynor's decision to swim back into competitive waters. Victoria Regan is with our 14-time world champions. Vicky?
Hi, I'm standing here with the Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather, and my first question to you is, Donnie, after all these competitions and years of dancing together and retiring last year, what was the driving force that made you want to come back?
Well, contrary to the rumours, you know, Vicky, it wasn't the overdraft. But a hungry dancer helps. No, actually, I think basically the honest, simple answer is maybe too simple for people. But the real reason is because maybe at the moment we think we can, and that period of think we can won't be forever. And normally in life, you know, I think you only regret the things you didn't do and not the things you did. So we did it.
So, Gaynor, what about your feelings on coming back?
Actually, Vicky, we never really stopped. We just didn't compete for 2 years, but we worked harder than ever. Of course, you have to. The older you get, you have to work harder, of course. And it's just that we love the art of dancing so much. We don't know anything else. And it was so hard just to relax. We can't do that. We're not the type.
I can't remember a time when we've had so many pivotal situations and stories. This is what makes tonight's show so intriguing.
And speaking of intrigue, Linda, there's a lot going on backstage right now. We're just moments away from the semifinals of this United States Open Professional Latin American Championship. Don't you dare go away. Welcome back to the U.S. Open Professional Latin American Championships.
The first couple we'll see here tonight is Chuck and Serena Danza from Italy. Chuck is originally from the United States, and he's a past Golden Gloves boxing champion.
They met at this same event back in 1993. Much like the return of Muhammad Ali or George Foreman to pro boxing, tonight we have the return of Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
We know that they're coming back, but, you know, they are champion for a lot of years.
Nobody works harder than Donnie and Gaynor, you know. But I'm still going to go out there and give it my best and see what happens, you know.
From Germany, Martin Dillmann and Lydia Weiser. They were the German professional Latin champions from 1994 through 1997.
Martin started dancing at the age of 15. Lydia started when she was 11. They've been together now for 8 years.
Bill, they told us earlier that this U.S. Dance Sport Championship is a chance for them to give the public something from their heart and soul.
From Columbus, Ohio, there are the reigning United States National Professional Latin American Champions, Bill Sparks and his brand new partner, Kimberly Mitchell.
Kimberly is originally from England, where her whole family has been involved in dance for years. And like youngsters in dancing families, Kimberly was enrolled in dance classes at an early age.
Bill's background is in ballet, where he danced at the U.S. National Academy of Dance and the Houston Ballet Academy. You know, Linda, Bill didn't even start his dance sport career until he was 22.
Well, that's impressive, but it's obvious to me that the training that he's had in ballet has helped with the carriage of his body and his overall presence.
But I'll tell you one thing, Linda, ballet training isn't on his mind today. Like everybody else, Bill's thinking about the return of Donnie and Gaynor.
You know, I look at the quality that they have as dancers and the experience that they offer to couples that are, you know, searching for that number one, number two spot. And that's what I focus on with them. I think it's great to see them dancing and the longevity of their career and that they still produce quality.
From Moscow, Russia, Viktor Nikovsky and Larissa Davidova. They met each other in 1990 and immediately became partners.
Now, Victor and Larissa are the Donnie and Gaynor of Russia. Both started dancing when they were in their early teens.
This is one couple that the youth of Russia always look up to.
Such a likable young couple, Victor and Larissa from Moscow.
Our next semifinalists, Gary and Diana McDonald from Caldwell, New Jersey.
Now they narrowly lost the U.S. National Professional Latin American title to Bill Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell just a few days ago, Linda, right here on this dance floor.
Bill, not only were they the 1997 U.S. National Professional Latin American champions, but they were also the World 10 Dance champions in that same year.
And even with their extraordinary talent and discipline, Gary and Diana consider making the final round of this U.S. Open event tonight an outstanding achievement. With the return of Donnie and Gaynor, making this final will even be more difficult.
It makes me feel like we're going to lose a little money now. I think we had a shot at making that final. Hopefully we still get in. But I saw Donnie again. I was like, oh, it's great to see you back. But now it's tougher for us. But no, it's nice to see them back, and they look good. And there you go.
I was cruising down the street one day, looking for a place to stay, watching all the cars roll by, when something bright caught my eye. Coming up fast in the back, there was a 59 Cadillac, 59 Cadillac, 59 Cadillac, 59 Cadillac, 59 Cadillac. I wonder what it feels like in the back of a 59 Cadillac.
From Germany, and they're making a lot of noise, Holger, Nitsche, and Charlotta Egstrand.
They're making noise, Bill, because this is their first professional competition and their first visit to America.
Boy, how exciting it has to be, a first pro competition. And this is not just any competition tonight.
Well, they've even said it themselves. This is a very prestigious event. They really want to fare well in the competition. And I think the judges are wondering just how that's going to turn out themselves.
Well, that's a good point, Linda. Can you even fathom a young couple making their pro debut, making this particular final?
Wow, wouldn't that be something? No one was anticipating their turn to the professional ranks from the amateur category. But here they are, and that's what competition is all about.
Well, it was 14 years ago when a couple from Scotland by the name of Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather broke onto the scene. And they have owned the Latin American division ever since. And you wonder, watching Holger and Charlotta, could the torch be in the process of being passed?
Wouldn't that be something? Here we have the brand new beginnings of a professional career and perhaps the end of one very great domination.
Don't go away. There is Donnie and Gaynor. We'll see him when we come back. Welcome back. This is Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
Paul is a past amateur world champion, and here he is tonight with his brand new partner.
She's from the Ukraine, and what is so astonishing to me, they have only been together a month, and they're in this national already.
To find a professional couple who has only been dancing together for such a short amount of time at this level of competition is very gutsy and very unusual.
Well, I should say, Paul has been ranked third or better in every major professional Latin American championship since 1996. And wow, is he looking forward to the opportunity to compete against Donnie and Gaynor here tonight.
Well, it's very exciting. I mean, I've looked up to Donnie and Gaynor for many, many years, but, you know, it's competition, so the best man may win.
Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova, they have danced so well tonight. Boy, Linda, the adrenaline is pumping on that floor.
Well, I must say my adrenaline's pumping too, because I've been really wanting to see what this couple is all about in this new partnership.
The judges are going to have their hands full as we witness one of the most talented groups of Latin American dancers ever assembled.
Here they are, the returning 13-time World Latin American champions, Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather. They've chosen this competition to be their first appearance in the United States after coming out of retirement.
They certainly surprised the dance sport world with their return. There were rumors, Linda, all summer long throughout Europe, and they substantiated those rumors a few weeks ago, entering and winning the German Open. You know, it's interesting. They were not registered to compete tonight.
That's
right.
I
know you talked to them earlier, and you weren't even sure that they were going to be dancing here.
When I asked him the question if they were or weren't, he didn't give me an answer. He just looked at my eyes, smiled, and I knew they'd be out on that floor. No matter where Donnie and Gaynor go, that spotlight seems to fall right on them.
Well, I don't think he's liking the spotlight here in Miami this week. He is acting chair of the committee which selects the judges for the world competitions, and some of the dancers feel there may be a conflict of interest.
But in the two competitions he's entered, including this one, the organizers say he was not part of the selection process.
Well, maybe he wasn't, but his fellow dancers feel he should either stay as chairman of the committee or dance, but not both.
Well, controversy or not, once Donnie and Gaynor take the floor, their minds are only focused on their dancing.
This has been their domain for 14 years. And once they take the floor, nobody gets in their way.
Especially when it comes to the romantic rumba.
The rumba is a dance of love. It's as hot and steamy as the island of Cuba where it was born. Its slow and graceful movements tease, entice, and seduce. Its sensual look is heightened when the feet stop moving and the hips continue to sway in isolation. Every hand gesture and every look contained in the rumba walk is designed to create an atmosphere of lust and seduction. The rumba, it's a dance of incredible physical control and romantic artistic expression.
From England, here's John Burns and Jane Littleton. This couple met back in '86, and in 1998, they won the English National Championship.
Wouldn't you know it, their favorite couple and idols are Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
There's a surprise.
John was 8 years old when his mom made him start dancing, and he really enjoyed it. He also liked the male-to-female ratio, which was 1 to 10.
Well, they're a part of a loaded field here tonight, making it even more important for all of these couples to stick with what they do best.
By the time we come to the competition, all the technical work should be done. It's finished with, and there's nothing you can do about it until the next day when you can get back to the studio and then take it back to the drawing board.
From Sydney, Australia, Paul Green and Karen Rufus. This couple was 7th in the '98 British Open Professional Latin American Championships, considered by most to be the ultimate contest in ballroom dance sport.
This couple endures a brutal travel schedule to compete on a consistent basis.
And living in Australia makes it very difficult to attend those major dance sport competitions.
Paul and Karen practice 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. They feel they have to know each dance intimately and be able to focus on each other's role.
You want to be inside the dance, so I just feel like we're trying to push the man and woman image at the moment, so we want to make sure that we have that quite strong when people are watching us dance.
Ralf and Olga Muller are here from Germany, and as always, we look forward to a great show from this dynamic couple.
When Ralf met Olga, she was dancing with the Russian team at the 1990 German Open. And Linda, as soon as they met, that thing called chemistry kicked in, and it prompted Ralf to suggest that Olga stay in Germany so that they could give dancing as a couple a try.
When I watch Ralf and Olga, it's that chemistry that sets them apart from the other couples.
It's been quite a week for Ralf and Olga, and they know firsthand what they're doing here in Miami is working.
It's not bad. It's the first round over just now, and we're quite pleased with the first round.
We enjoyed very much. It was a very nice atmosphere, like always.
I was cruising down the street one day, looking for a place to stay.
With Ralf and Olga, you can always depend on an exciting performance. Just look at those faces.
And their accomplishments are awesome, dating back to 1994 when they captured the German Open and the closed Amateur Latin Championships, and it's been all uphill since then.
Very promising future.
From Italy, Giacomo Stacaglia and Melissa Dexter have made these semifinals.
Melissa is originally from California, so they try to spend their time equally between the U.S. and Italy.
Their practice schedule is strenuous, and those endless hours certainly separate dancing's wheat from the chaff, because the competition dance floor is no place to perfect a new move.
You can't do anything out here except deal with the circumstances and let go of everything and hope you've trained hard enough to have it all come through without the stress.
Giacomo and Melissa, two stars shining so brightly here along the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. We'll be back to the Fontainebleau with more in a moment. The flags of the world waving in Miami's trade winds.
Symbolizing the dance sport world is here.
The most surprising aspect of tonight's championship has to be the return of Donnie and Gaynor. Linda, why would they do this?
Well, that's what everybody's wondering. It could be ego, it could be money, or perhaps they found it so hard to just sit on the sidelines and watch.
Well, their decision to come back onto the field of play has certainly prompted mixed reactions.
But I have a feeling that we're not getting the whole story. Donnie and Gaynor have dominated for so long, and there's a feeling among the dancers that they might win partly tonight on their reputation alone.
If Donnie and Gaynor are going to be seriously challenged tonight, it could come from Paul Killick and his brand new partner, Karyna Kylkova, and that is a story in itself.
You're right. Somehow, Paul has had instant success with all of his partners, but his timing in this particular partner change has been really gutsy. It has taken place right before this major event.
Well, let's go backstage now, where I'm told Victoria Regan has Paul and Karyna. Vicky?
Paul, you've had a number of partners and rapid success with all of them. Can you tell me your secret to how that's possible? To have such great chemistry in such a short time together?
Karyna kind of answered that question earlier, actually. She said that I have a very good eye, so I just know how to pick them, I suppose.
Well, you've picked a beautiful one. And Karyna, is there any stress involved or more stress involved because Paul's had such success with other partners?
Well, of course there is pressure, but I'm very glad to cope with it.
And what about your strategy for the two of you? Is it different than with others, Paul?
Well, because of the short period of time that we've been together, at the moment it's just about getting the work done and getting comfortable with each other and just giving the best performance that we can do at this point.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Well, Linda, in just a moment, we'll find out who our finalists are.
Let's not wait another moment.
When we come back, the championship goes up for grabs. Back to the Fontainebleau Hotel in just a moment. Welcome back to Miami Beach, Florida, and the U.S. Open Professional Latin American Championships. We're about to find out who has made the finals tonight. Let's go to Master of Ceremonies, John De Palma.
We're going to begin with the final round of our United States Open Professional Latin American Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have recalled the following 6 couples to the final. Let's welcome our first finalist. From the United States, number 14, Gary and Diana McDonald.
Way to go, Gary and Diana. What a confidence-building moment this is going to be.
And oh, are they pumped. What a wonderful moment. Coming off a disappointing year, Linda, Gary and Diana desperately needed this placement.
This is world exposure for this couple.
Earlier this week, Gary and Diana lost their United States Latin American Championship to Billy Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell, who are up on that stage. But Gary and Diana have made it.
Well, I see a totally different level of performance now. This is certainly a confidence builder.
McDonald.
Our 1997 United States Latin American champions have made it into this Elite Six.
And now our next finalist, ladies and gentlemen, from England, couple number 40, Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
With a brand new partner, Linda. You talked about it earlier in our show, and they are here. They've arrived.
Everyone's always watching to see how the new girl does on the block. Well, Karyna has certainly filled some mighty fine shoes. The speed that she gets on her turns, I've really noticed tonight, almost make me dizzy watching her.
Well, I thought she had an explosive samba in the semifinals. So much is made about Paul changing partners, but imagine the pressure she's under.
Well, you know, she is not that old. I think she's literally only about 18 years old.
Beautiful swivels. Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova. Thank you. Let's welcome our next finalist, ladies and gentlemen. From Germany, number 47, Ralf Muller and Olga Omeltchenko.
One of my most favorite couples. You watch Olga, she looks like she is having the time of her life.
At one time, Linda, she wanted to be an ice skater, but Russian authorities wouldn't allow her. They said she was too old. By the way, she was 6.
Oh my goodness. Olga designs all their costumes. The amazing thing about Olga, as I watch her, unlike some of the other female competitors, every muscle is constantly working and stretching. It's totally coming out from her soul as she extends her lines, taking it further and further and further. Very expressive. This is what adds to their partnership, the female touch.
And ladies and gentlemen, Ralf Muller and Olga Omeltchenko.
3 finalists remain. Oh, the pressure that must be taking place up on that stage.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our next finalist. From Germany, number 52, Holger Nitsche and Charlotte Egstrand.
Oh, wow. I think they're a bit
They're
surprised.
from Denmark.
Amazing that the judges would pop them right into that final.
Remember, this is the couple that just a few weeks ago they were performing as amateurs. And here they are in this United States National Latin American Championship. Linda, that borders on the unbelievable.
I told you that they have a lot of power in their dancing. They've been very consistent through all the rounds.
But they were not on anyone's list to make it into this final.
This was a late entry, and I'm sure surprised a lot of dancers.
They're making this particular final, and it kind of reminds me of the NCAA basketball tournament when one school that nobody thought would ever make it out of the first round somehow makes it to the Elite Eight. This German couple is doing the same thing here tonight.
A real Cinderella story. This couple just jumped ahead of several more experienced professional couples. And what's astonishing is that it places them in front of these world-class judges who obviously are impressed with their ability. Since the moment they stepped onto the floor, Holger and Charlotta have been very focused. Watch the eye contact
and
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Holger and
She is not going to move till he gives her the signal. Wow.
And now the plot thickens.
Thank you.
2 spots
and
remain.
now our next finalist, ladies and gentlemen. From the United States, number 70, Bill Sparks and Kimberly
Another
Mitchell.
American in the final, Bill Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell.
Earlier this week, crowned United States Latin American champions. What a week it has been for Bill and Kimberly.
Well, I can tell you there are a lot of those couples on the stage that are wondering, why not me? This has been a particularly hard final to pick. You almost have to forget what has been won in the past and just judge the dancing. Obviously, Billy won some judges' hearts.
Gonna holler, I'm on more. Rip it up and boogie. Yeah, we're gonna rip it up and boogie.
Wonderful.
I wonder who the last finalist will be.
I was going to tell you before he even announces it.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next finalist. Please welcome from Scotland, number 86, Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
Well, we talked about Donnie coming out of retirement, and here he is. Doing a basic cha-cha. Nice, something you don't see too often anymore.
For 14 years, they ruled the world Latin American scene. I don't think there has ever been a year that's gone by where Gaynor didn't come out in something to set the trends for the future.
Well, I have to tell you, I love the look. I love what they're doing here, demonstrating some very basic figures. But we have to ask ourselves, as will the judges, is it enough to win?
We told you at the top of the show, this would be the story of the 14-time world champions, Donnie and Gaynor. Two men with new partners, Billy Sparks with Kimberly Mitchell, certainly Paul Killick with Karyna Kylkova, and the 1997 United States Latin American champions, Gary and Diana McDonald.
Cha-cha.
The first dance of this United States Open Professional Latin American Championship is the cha-cha.
And Donnie starting off with a basic cha-cha, leading into a forward break. Donnie's choice of basics is very interesting. He wants to show the judges that he is very grounded in his basic actions.
America's Latin American champions a year ago, defeated a couple of nights ago here in Miami Beach. And Linda, wouldn't it be something to see them atop the leaderboard when this finals is over?
You know, anything could happen, and I would make a strong prediction that if they keep that performance up, that very thing just might happen.
From Rostock, Germany, there's Ralf and Olga Muller. Been a great year.
That's going to be a hard couple to beat.
No surprise, Billy Sparks is in this finals with a brand new partner, Kimberly Mitchell. Nice to see his former partner, Shirley Johnson, here in Miami this week.
Here's the couple that really wants to beat Billy. Trying to gain a little bit more confidence back. Confidence has never seemed to be a problem for this couple. Donnie and Gaynor. Their use of basics with flamboyant syncopations gives them the flair that no one else can produce.
Which begs the question, Linda, how can Donnie and Gaynor perform these basic moves at a national championship and get away with it?
It's years of experience and also knowing that you can do it and pull it off.
And places
as Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova get set to go in the samba.
Samba. Music, please.
Linda, I said earlier, Karyna had a sizzling samba in the semifinals.
This is a dance of rhythms, still moving around the line of dance, but showing carefully. Ooh, a miss of the hand there, quickly picking it up. You can see by her face that it didn't bother her one bit. Here's Donnie and Gaynor showing their versatility in the rhythms. They are still on the corner of the floor. This is like amazing to me. Very intriguing. Now they're moving out. Doing some promenade runs. Another basic figure. Pivots. Now he's finally visual with the rest of the crowd here tonight. This is the first time that he's moved out onto the floor, doing some basic Botafogos. These are actual figures, Phil, that I teach to my silver level classes back at the university.
Why would they be performing this level of fundamental ballroom dance sport in this competition?
I'm not sure what they've got in their minds, but Donnie and Gaynor make even the basics look fabulous.
The cha-cha and the samba final are now behind these 6 finalists. When we return to the Grand Ballroom here in Miami Beach, we'll get set for the rumba.
And rumba. Music, please.
Welcome back to the U.S. Open Professional Latin American Dance Sport Championships.
Starting out with some forward walks, Billy Sparks and Kimberly.
Billy Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell just crowned United States Latin American champions. Ralf and Olga met at the German Open 8 years ago. Ralf was shopping for a partner, and whoa, did he find one.
They have had a real chemistry from the very start. This is my example of the perfect man-woman image. Gaynor Fairweather, known for her incredible and meticulous foot placement. Look at the arch she has on her foot. She points her foot. It's just incredible. Diana's ability to stretch and create beautiful lines.
Billy Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell. Boy, who says you have to dance a long time together to find the chemistry?
And there's Donnie and Gaynor back in that corner.
And why would they be there?
I don't know.
They have spent
I'm going to find out, though, I'll tell you that much.
They spent the entire semifinal there, and they have spent a good 80% of the final in
Well,
that
I'm noticing that Gaynor's continually brushing her shoes. She must find the floor either sticky or slick. Something's bothering her in her performance, and needs to get those shoes brushed. I might mention that the bottom of each shoe of these dancers is covered with what we call chrome leather. It's not a hard leather, it's a very soft, fuzzy kind of leather.
Here is the Paso Doble.
Paul Killick, his most dramatic dance. This is the best dance for him, the Paso.
Paul and Karyna presently in second place in this championship. And the Michael Jordans of this competition right there. Now they have finally ventured out of the corner. This is new territory for Donnie and Gaynor.
Well, they've got to, because Paso does travel around the room. Holger and Charlotta preparing for the second crash. Positioning. Ralf and Olga Muller doing a basic twist action.
And they are right now tied for third place with that couple right there from Germany, Holger Nitsche and Charlotta Egstrand.
This is the final crash.
And possibly.
Look at the intensity in Olga's face. And she is still focused on her partner.
And this crowd loves what they are seeing tonight here in Miami Beach. And now, we'll reintroduce tonight's 6 finalists.
From the United States, couple number 14, Gary and Diana McDonald.
And you've got to know that they are just thrilled to be in this final.
And after 4 dances, they are in 6th place with the jive still remaining.
From England, couple 40, Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
Right at the top, placing second after 4 dances, Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
From Germany, number 47, Ralf Muller and Olga Muller Omeltchenko.
They have been sizzling all night long. Currently, Linda, with just one dance remaining, they're in a tie for third.
Oh, whoa. And this is the couple that's right up against them. I'm really surprised they are placing this high
From the
their
United
first
States,
professional competition.
Now, you used the word astonishing earlier.
Kimberly Mitchell.
And here's the surprise. Our reigning United States
And
Latin
from
American
Scotland,
champions
couple
in 5th
86,
place.
Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
After 4 dances, Donnie and Gaynor are in first position. I said earlier, they're the only couple in the world that can do what they've done tonight and have a lock on first place.
And now the couples will position for the final dance of the evening. Well, Linda, the Paso Doble is not a dance you see danced in clubs around the world, but this one you certainly do. Every club in America, this is the jive.
And Olga is gyrating before it even starts. A little bit of West Coast swing there. West Coast swing being danced in a slot, now coming out of it into some fun chasse pivots.
Yeah, we're gonna rip it out and boogie. Rip it out and boogie, rip it out and boogie.
And there's Donnie down at the end of the floor.
Looking for a lover, girl, needs a lot of care. I don't worry about the figure or the color of her hair. We have a great time on the boogie dance floor.
Ralf and Olga Muller, Holger, Nitsche, and Charlotte Egstrand currently in a tie for third for this U.S. Open.
This is amazing to me because this couple has just barely entered the professional ranks. In strong position, in strong second position, Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
Well, you don't know where you can stand it. I said snapping with your fingers and swap about the beat.
Wow.
This will be one incredible finish. The judges have judged all there is to judge, and now it's in the hands of the scrutineer. When we return to the Grand Ballroom here at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach, we'll all find out who the new United States Open Latin American champions are. We welcome you back to the Grand Ballroom here at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach, Florida. We talked at the top of the show, Linda, that we felt we had all the elements with a spectacular competition, and I don't think anybody here in this standing room only crowd is going away disappointed.
I certainly don't either. Let's find out who the winners were.
Let's go to John De Palma, our Master of Ceremonies.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause once again for our finalists in our United States Open Professional Latin American Championship. And the results are as follows. Our 6th place finalists. From the United States, number 14, Gary and Diana McDonald.
Certainly some disappointment registering there on the face of Gary.
Our 5th place finalists. From the United States, number 70, Bill Sparks and Kimberly Mitchell.
Still in 5th position, this is a great placement for this couple. Nice to have 2 Americans in the final.
Our 4th place finalists. From Germany, number 47, Ralf Muller and Olga Muller.
Oh my, I expected them to finish higher. And so does this crowd.
Listen to the crowd. I have to agree with them. I feel like they should have been placed a little bit higher. I think our friends from Germany are very...
In 3rd position.
Surprised.
Placing 4th in Cha-Cha, 3rd in Samba, 4th in Rumba, 3rd in Paso Doble, and 3rd in Jive. From Denmark, number 52, Holger Nitsche and Charlotte Egstrand.
2 weeks ago, they were amateurs. This is their first professional competition, and they have a 3rd place finish.
That is going to evoke a lot of mixed emotions amongst those professionals.
And ladies and gentlemen, Our runners-up, placing second in all dances. From England, couple number 40, Paul Killick and Karyna Kylkova.
Oh, this is a very unpopular decision. They expected Paul and Karyna to win this event tonight.
Well, there you have it.
And ladies and gentlemen,
and there are your champions.
All dances.
Look at Donnie. He
our
just can't seem
United
to keep
States
still.
Open Professional Latin American champions from Scotland, number 86, Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
Well, he's done it again. First in all 5 dances. I still hear some disapproval from the audience.
Donnie and Gaynor, they have done it again.
Never mind the controversy. There are your winners.
It's official. There is the leaderboard. Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather win the competition here in Miami. Linda has our newly crowned champions. Linda?
Gaynor, every time, for the first time I saw you, you always come out in the most spectacular costumes. Do you design them yourself?
Normally, yes. I designed this particular one because I think that only you personally knows what really suits you.
And where do you go from here?
Back to the hotel room.
Well, I have to ask one more question because this intrigued me even as a judge watching on. You were dancing a lot in the corner tonight. Was there any particular reason for that?
Yeah, it's a shorter journey back to the hotel room.
Well, congratulations and good luck in the future.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you.
Phil?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Donnie. You ask him a question, you're never sure what kind of answer you're going to get, but it is always entertaining. What a great victory it was for Donnie and Gaynor, their retirement lasting less than a year. And what a spot to pick to come back and thrill this crowd here in Miami, Linda.
We sure did have an entertaining night tonight.
Well, it was a great night, and I'll tell you what, it's a competition that I think I'll remember for years to come. This field was stacked from top to bottom. And now for Linda Wakefield, I'm Phil Stone saying we hope you enjoyed tonight's competition as much as we did bringing it to you on the Goodlife TV network. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donnie Burns